Hi, lovelies, and welcome to our brand new YouTube channel where this is our very first video that Kimball had no idea we were doing.
I had no idea we were doing this.
I'm Rocky, this is Kimball.
From Kimball's Corner.
And I'm a musician and a content producer in Kimball's...
An artist.
Fabulous artist. And we're American expats living in the UK. And so we're gonna bring you along on our journeys, show you what life is really like for two Amerigays in the English countryside. So feel free to subscribe, join along, and what better way to kick off a journey in the UK than by...
being in Paris.
Coming to Paris.
So let's get up and go, it's just you and me, kid.
So it might seem weird, whatever,
Don't judge us.
Long story short, there's more twists to this video because aside from Kimball not knowing we were doing it, I also started doing it 2 days ago and Kimball had no idea what was happening.
Oh, great.
So let's insert the scene now and let's take you back 2 days to when the journey really started, when we left our house and went to the city of Calais.
I'm so excited.
Our first stop was Folkestone, where we grabbed some snacks, and then we hurried back to the car and drove onto the train that actually takes you under the channel over to France, where they decided you're not allowed to poop, but if you want to have safe sex, they've got you covered. And it's never too early for Christmas shopping, so yeah. The drive to Paris is about 3 hours and it's absolutely gorgeous. It did start to rain a bit, but that was fine. France and other parts of Europe are cool because their city signs are actually drawings, which is just so much less boring than text. Anyway, it really started to come down at one point and that was fine. We were just rocking out to 17, having a great time. And we eventually arrived to Paris, which is just always so welcoming, so exciting. No, but seriously, it's gorgeous. Then we got to the hotel and I had to use the restroom immediately, and so I was so delighted when there was a toilet seat. Quick jump on the bed, felt about as good as it sounds, checking the view, and then we were off to do some grocery shopping. No clue why I look so suspicious in this shot, but anyway, we need to hurry this up, this is taking too long. So we got some groceries, we went to bed, and the next day I went to work. This is me on the way back, being judged. Then Kimmy and I went for a little walk, where Kimball was highly suspicious of everything I was filming. Tried to look at the Arc de Triomphe, but kept getting distracted by this really cute bus that kept going by, advertising South Korea. And then we saw some people driving by that were obviously just thrilled about our YouTube channel.
Like and subscribe!
I'm not going to claim that this is the most interesting restaurant name I've seen, but I'm gonna leave that. And then Kimmy and I stopped to admire some French advertising. And then we made our way to a really beautiful neighborhood park that had some fish there. There was a beautiful carousel. We made a new spider friend. Hi. Or at least I did. Kimball stayed as far away as possible. There was a beautiful pond there, really pretty architecture around, lots of joggers, statues. This was pretty, that was pretty. Kimmy was pretty. Okay, we're done with the park now, let's move on. We then went to a really cool brunch spot called Terre d'Azur. I'm not pronouncing that right, but anyway, they had like 4.9 stars out of over 2,000 reviews. A gorgeous place. Couldn't wait to get me some of those scrambled eggs. And then the food came, and I feel like it looked like such a hot mess, but also so delicious, and it really was. It was so good. Kimball got a granola bowl, I got some avocado toast. Kimball's doing some ASMR for your pleasure. There was this woman taking pictures for the restaurant, I think, and they just had plates and plates of food sitting on the tables not being eaten, and I wanted it so bad. Give it to me, I want it. It's so good. Anyway, then I had to use the restroom, and it was a really good restroom. It had individual stalls, unisex washing area. It was great. All in all, I think we'd give it 4 Kimmys. Then it was back to the hotel to check out. Go! Down to the parking garage where Kimball followed all the instructions. And then we drove over to the town hall, which was absolutely gorgeous. It had beautiful flowers, the token pigeon guy, pigeons trying to air out their armpits, and there was a beautiful statue of a woman trying to contact a man about his car's extended warranty. Gorgeous. Honestly, the whole area was beautiful. It's highly recommended if you want a more neighborhood vibe in Paris. And just down the street is a gorgeous park, beautiful flowers, this random bird that kept hopping its tail. I have no idea. Does anyone know why it's doing that? Anyway, Kimball had a theory on why the fish was swimming alone.
He just needed a break from his friends and family.
Possibly projecting. Anyway, the other cool thing is the songbirds were so beautiful. Listen. So peaceful. And there was a giant cock, so obviously that made it in to the video. And then Kimball made his basketball debut.
Touch it.
Reluctantly. There was a little library in there. And in the center of the park, there was this really pretty, the structure, I don't know what it is. Anyway, it was cool. But the whole neighborhood was just cool. It had great vibes. Does anyone else think this recap is the longest in history? Because I am feeling that way right now. Anyway, we're almost done. So we grabbed a little dessert and coffee, and then it started to rain. So we got back in the car and headed to our current location.
And that's that. We're back here at the Eiffel Tower. We're not really probably gonna go and explore the Eiffel Tower area because it's not like our favorite area. Yeah, so we're heading over to a different area of Paris, closer to the center, and we're gonna kind of take you with us and show you what it's like in Paris, for us anyway. So come along.
For food.
But first, we need selfies in front of the Eiffel Tower, clearly. Clearly. Kimball, what does it feel like to officially start doing a YouTube channel? Because I know we did talk about doing it before, but we had never really committed to doing it. So what's it feel like now that you know that you're gonna have to do this
every week for the rest of your life?
I'm not going to be completely paranoid about you having your phone out all the time, filming things.
It'll be fine, don't worry about it. What do you really want to accomplish today?
Well, I've already got my steps in, so
Wait, how many steps are you trying to get each day?
8,000.
That's nothing. You can do that easy.
I know, it's like...
You can do that sitting on the couch. We've never been up to this part. What is this called? This is...
Trocadéro.
The Trocadéro?
Oh, that's fancy.
We don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the Trocadéro. Oh, there's a naked man statue. Sorry, we have to go do that real quick. I've already lost Kimball. We just started the channel. Like, what am I going to do if I can't find him? Kimball! I found you.
I was looking for yellow.
I was worried what we were going to do if I couldn't find you again.
Probably just call my phone.
Kimball and I were just looking at the park because under the Eiffel Tower, there's a giant park, but right now it's like blocked off by this whole building, and we think it's for the Olympics because they're coming here in 2024. So really interesting. But yeah, anyway, let's get out of here. We've done the Eiffel Tower now, bye.
So then it was just a short, beautiful drive, and I mean beautiful drive, over to the Airbnb. We passed Kimmel's favorite museum on the way. We said hi to the Queen, and then we finally ended up on the street we were staying on and ran into our favorite rendition of the Spice Girls. And then it was just a short 3-floor climb up to the Airbnb. Look at Kimball, he loves a good climb.
Kimball's trying to get in the key box, and the doormat is a British flag, so I mean, that's kind of appropriate, I guess. So now it's time to play everyone's favorite Airbnb game, check for bed bugs.
Whee! The toilet noises are a little scary, and it looks a little scary, but I like the bathroom.
All right, give us a tour of the place, Kimball.
Well, let's start with the intro. The entrance. This is where you come into our gracious Airbnb.
Oh my God, speed it up, everyone's bored.
Oh my God, and you come in the kitchen, and then we've got the living room. The bathroom is around that corner, and then the bedroom is back there.
All right, we're heading for dinner. Time for spray. Vanilla. Okay, it's kind of creepy because the house mat, I just realized, is a British flag and it says rock on it. Coincidence? I don't think so. So we got really lucky and we were able to find a Airbnb on one of our favorite streets. It's called Rue de Montaigu. I just call it Montaigu because I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway,
Accurate for us.
tons of really cute shops. We'll probably explore there tomorrow. But right now, we figured for our first meal or our first dinner in Paris, what better way to celebrate French cuisine than by going to get Korean food. So we're gonna go get bibimbap. Let's go.
At the Bibimhouse.
Everything's gay. You guys, what are these flowers? Do you know what these are? Can you let us know in the comments because I've never seen anything like that. Hanging from a balcony nonetheless. Am I right, girls?
You comment more.
Okay, fine. Why is everything so pretty? Everywhere. Why can't we have this?
I think just fortunate that we're here. I just feel fortunate that we're here. And we get to experience it. And then we'll move here.
Right, okay.
Someday.
On what salary?
Okay, well, I mean, not the heart.
You guys help us out, subscribe. If enough of you guys subscribe, then we can afford to move to Paris, okay? The pinnacle of French cuisine, Bibimhouse. So Kimball and I are going to do the sogogi, which is bibimbap with beef. If you guys haven't had bibimbap before, it's basically rice in the bottom of like a stone bowl that's very hot, and then a bunch of like vegetables, and then you have different kind of protein and an egg. It's so good. Obviously, we had to get banchan and kimchi.
All the good stuff.
Kimball's taking photos so we can do his Google review. So good. Bibim means mix it up, and bap means with rice, I think. Is that right? Something like that. Something like that. So good. One of the benefits of eating with Kimball is his stomach's this tiny. So I get to eat everything he doesn't finish in here.
I'm getting full, but it's so good.
Kimball's a shy vlogger.
Only when there's people around.
You guys, this is the best part. Because the bowl's so hot, the rice gets all crispy. And it's like eating popcorn or something. It's so good. Thank you. 감사합니다. It was really funny because when we went in there, I think the lady had just woken up from a nap, to be frank. But anyway,
Just like last time, it was hilarious. I wonder if she does all the prepping and he does the cooking.
maybe. But so she wasn't like the most thrilled to have people in there. I think she wanted to sleep another 10 minutes. Basically, Kimball was like, what did you say to her? Oh, you said thank you in Korean. And then she started smiling. And then she seemed a lot happier after that. So
Yeah. And then as we were leaving, we said "감사합니다" to the man that made our food, and he's like,
Kimball, remember the good old days? Kicking the ball in the middle of the street in Paris?
"No."
Why? Everywhere. It's everywhere. Do you guys ever do the thing when you're in a new city where you have to look up real estate to see if you can afford to live there or if you would move there?
Well, we can afford 2 of these places.
Oh, okay. Which ones?
This one,
And how many square meters is that?
20.
20.
We can make it work.
Okay.
And this one, but it's much cheaper, but it's only 2 square meters smaller.
Are you ready for this 1-bedroom situation or 1-room situation?
It's just our pied-à-terre. It's our weekend getaway.
Okay, got it. In what world are you living in?
In one of these days, we'll probably, maybe, move to one of them places.
One of them places? Wow, you're American showing.
I'm done.
You've done well. High five, bro. Bonjour, je voudrais un café latte avec les devoirs. Merci.
I don't know if I ordered decaf.
What time is it?
6:19.
You'll be fine.
I have 40 minutes left of eating, so
Oh, in case you're curious, Kimball and I do intermittent fasting. I know it's very trendy, but basically we don't eat breakfast, and usually
we do. We just don't eat it at 8 a.m.
Exactly. And Kimball eats between 11 and 7. I eat between 12 and 6 typically, except for today when we totally forgot for the first time in like months and ate breakfast, and I fell asleep.
Because we're in Paris. I mean, with the time change, we're fine.
And the whole hour time change, we've been fine, no jet lag.
Well, we ate at 10,
Oh, right.
but it's 11. Well, no. That's even worse.
Whoops. Don't make my brain think like that. You
I
know
do
my
whatever I
IQ is
want.
only so high. I got a cookie. I didn't know how to say cookie in French, so I said, I'll see cookie.
And then she said, 1 cookie.
Yes.
I keep looking over here.
Yeah, it's here. The camera's there,
know.
Kimball. It's right there.
I'm just looking at me.
You're not a professional YouTuber yet, that's why. You've only been doing this for how many years?
Not in front of the camera.
Kimball's had his own channel for
Like 5 years.
5 years. He has an art channel called Kimball's Corner. Somewhere here.
But oh, thanks if you do that.
What? No, I was going to say there's going to be like
Because I'm
a...
saying thank you if you actually remember to do that.
Oh, I will. It'll appear right here. Kimball's Corner.
Like there. You'll figure it out. But it's an art channel, so I'm never really in front of the camera. What, this is 2 minutes long. This is a long clip. Let's stop this now.
No, hit the button. You have the control. Ow! You missed it.
I didn't really try.
Go ahead, try.
Haha, made you move. Nah, I have power over you.
All right, which pillar are we going to pick, Kimball? What about the parking garage?
The one above the river.
Probably not that one. There are bench seats over there, too.
Oh, like real ones?
In the park.
Okay. Let's go see if Peter's in the park. Does this sweater make me look fat?
What do you mean? No. No, it's great. What the hell? So we sat in the park just after we left Cafe Kitsune, and somebody stole our table.
Rude.
The minute we went to get our drinks,
Like the millisecond we
she was like, and swoop in and sit.
She like stuck her bag on it and she kind of like looks over at us.
I mean, you got to be that way though if you're in a big city. Honestly, we don't blame her.
I blame her.
Whatever.
Rude.
Kimball, are you?
Yeah, I am.
What does he say?
Am I bitter? Absolutely.
There you go.
What does he say? I like the canopy of tree leaves.
It's that. They can't
that's
see what
better.
you say you like.
But see, I like this better because then you can't see the canopy of my double chin.
Which one? Let me see.
In your head, it's There it is.
Anyway, I think I scared these people. Let's stop now.
As you do. Oh, you okay over there?
So the reason we like to come to this park is because you have a beautiful garden going up the center of it, and then there's a ton of seating on each side.
What park is it?
You know, the one. But anyway,
yes, by the Beetlejuice post.
it's the one that's
Pillars.
listed right here.
Don't forget to look that up.
But it's just always very peaceful here, really calm, and it's kind of like a nice getaway from a quite busy part of the city. And it's not too far from the Louvre, so if you're over near the Louvre, you can come over here. It's really nice.
You know what else I
They
love?
think so too. They think so too. Yes.
Is that the parks aren't gated off. Like, you can go into pretty much every park here.
What is it?
It's a thing.
What is it?
Okay, I think it has something to do with reflections. All right, so it is about reflections. Let's see, what is it? It's a glass scaffold. The aspiration to create and build is inherent. So it's starting to rain, so we're gonna duck into the Galerie Vivienne, which is a passage.
I'm gonna say Vivienne.
Vivienne. We're gonna duck in there because it is really pretty and we won't be rained on, so let's go. Kimball just said he found my street sign, and I was like, where? Thanks. Okay, now he says he found my portrait. Let's see what it is. Oh my god! No, that's the part right. Kimball, you know I wear boxer briefs, okay? Ow, you guys, I was busy looking at the cute sign. I fell over a planter. Kimball wasn't filming.
Well,
What's the point of having an accident if no one's filming it?
I was busy watching where I was going.
Well, he was right in front of me and he like dodged out of the way at the last minute. And I was like, oh, we ate there with my friend Rachel. And I was like, and then all these girls were like, ah.
I was amused.
Yeah, anyway, whatever. What's funny?
Nothing.
What's funny?
I think he put on the first one and was like, oh, I did it wrong, because all the other ones are right. Or somebody pointed it out to me. Everybody here wears like high heels.
Alex taking a picture of a splatter on the ground at Starbucks so he can draw it later.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens with that. So it's the next morning and we're heading to the park and we decided let's get some local coffee so we can to Starbucks because we're Americans.
Because it's easy.
It is, they're larger.
We have a long walk.
We're size queens. Goodbye. So you can see the roads way less busy in the morning.
I mean, it's probably because everyone had a late night because it was Friday yesterday.
Oh, right, it's Saturday today. Oh my gosh.
It's our morning.
When you take time off and just forget what day it is.
I just want to buy everything. There's like 5 cheese shops and meat shops and bread bakeries.
They make it pretty obvious to know like what shop is which because you'll be walking by and then suddenly you're like, ew, what's that? Oh, it's okay, it's meat just hanging there. Okay. We're on our way to, where are we going? I don't even know, what is that park called?
I just call it the Park by the Louvre.
We should know this because we've been here many times, but we don't
know the names of anything. We just know where we're going.
And that's like true of any city we ever visit, but we do appreciate them. We just don't remember all the names. So stop judging us, it's fine. If you really want to know the history of the place, you can just come up and find these things, okay? They're everywhere. It's like history plaques. We kind of read them sometimes, but then we forget them immediately.
Okay, as we're walking to the park, we're gonna play the Guess What the Store Is by what's hanging above it. Okay, let's start with this one. Kimball, what do you think? What could it possibly be?
If you're ever here, come to this place for cheese. The people are amazing, and they have really good recommendations, and they speak English very well. If you don't speak French like me.
Yeah, so last time we were here, Rocky was like, yeah, so 2 Americans that know nothing about cheese and meats, and we got a baguette, what would you recommend? And the guy just kind of laughs, and he's like, what do you like? And I told him I like creamy, buttery flavors or sweeter flavors. And he's like, well, I cannot do sweet, but then he recommended delicious cheese. It was very creamy, buttery. A little bit of light flavor, it was very good. And then he gave us a recommendation for meat that was much stronger to go along with it. It was heaven.
Heaven?
Highly recommend.
All right, next stop. What are we gonna find? Okay, sign number 2. What do we think? What do we think, Kimball? It's the Fruit Palace.
It's too early to eat.
Okay, next.
All right, I mean, this one is kind of subjective, but I think it's kind of obvious if you're standing in front of this place.
So yummy.
All right, this one's a bit more obscure, but I think if you think about it, you might be able to piece it together. This guy's face though, like what?
Did you guess it? Did you guess it, Kimball?
I knew the answer.
Oh, well, you're standing in front of it. Wait. Okay, now you can go. Okay, we're bored with that game now. Moving on.
Okay, we're not playing the game anymore, but I think you get the idea.
So something I find really interesting about Paris specifically, or maybe it's France, I don't know. Something that's really interesting is that when you look at people, like when you see them, they hold eye contact for a lot longer than they do in other parts of the world. So it's like it's almost more of a cultural thing to like observe the person that they're looking at instead of like dodging their eyes away. Have you noticed this?
Yeah, it's very different from England where people just look away immediately.
But at the same time, it's like fun because it gives you permission to look back at them. But it's almost like every time it happens and the eye contact remains, I'm so used to being like there has to be an intention for why you're doing that. But in this case, it's just like you're merely trying to.
I always end up awkwardly smiling.
Yeah, well,
I make the contact and we're kind of like, and we just move on.
well, there you go. All right, so the Louvre's there. But you've all seen it before. We're not doing it. So we're heading to the park.
I went once. It was enough for me. I only went because everyone on my YouTube yelled at me because I said I was going to Paris, but I wasn't planning on going to the Louvre. And they were like, what the hell's wrong with you? So
You're like, you're an artist. You have to go.
So I went. We were there for about 5 hours. I was exhausted. I was bored. It was overly crowded.
There was some cool, it wasn't like all
but
bad.
I wasn't finished.
Okay, go ahead.
There was one painting that I really loved.
Did you get to see the Mona Lisa from at least 100 yards away?
Yeah.
All people are looking at while you talk is legs up in the background, I'm pretty sure. So one of the central areas of the park, they have beautiful sculptures around, so we're going to show you some of our favorite ones. Did anyone else notice a theme with our favorite statues? Let us know in the comments if you found a theme there. Okay. And they have a bunch of new statues too, so we'll show you a few of those. Okay, right off the bat, getting uncomfortable. Okay, right off the bat, getting a bit uncomfortable. Kimball, can you go and just crawl through the opening over there for me?
No.
Okay.
We're here for the art.
So overall vibes on this park are, but yeah, just so beautiful, really peaceful every time of the year. Yeah, but now we're gonna go and look at the Seine.
Okay. What is this comb over business?
So if you guys didn't know, the Seine basically runs up through the center of Paris. History. You guys, like I'm not gonna look at the topless guy. Okay, Kimball, your challenge is to tightrope across this. Have you decorated your car this way? So our main objective has failed for why we came here today, I think. What the hell? Okay, do it like some kind of camera swipe so we can just cut to that. Like, okay, great.
So let's get up and go, it's just you and me.